at the Refuge Church, we've made it our goal to live out the commands we see in 1 John chapter 1, where it says we walk in the light as He is in the light. And there it says we experience true fellowship with one another, and we experience the healing power of Jesus Christ as His blood cleanses us from all sin. Now, what this is describing is essentially living a lifestyle of transparency before God and before one another, removing the mask that we so often wear to hide and to cover our shame. Now, shame, we know, dies in the light, but because of that, it likes to stay in the darkness. And so we recognize that when we're dealing especially with intimate or sensitive issues that we would prefer others not know, it can be really, really hard to walk in the light. Because of that, we have created in our church freedom groups. And these groups are designed to be safe places. They're designed to be the practical avenue for this walking in the light. So what is a freedom group? A freedom group is essentially a transparency process group. You might say a trauma process group. They are a place where I come and I share my story, and you come and you share your story. And we allow the Holy Spirit to lead us through this process of self-discovery as we support one another there. They are topic-driven and they are facilitator-led. And what that means is you're not showing up for me to teach you something. The leader, the participant, we're all showing up with our piece of the pie, our story, our struggle, our experience as it relates to the topic of the group. Now, I love this because it allows us to get down to some nitty-gritty topics that often we avoid as the church, and often we're not a place that these things can be dealt with. So like right now, we have groups open for both men and for women dealing with sexual trauma and abuse. We have groups on discouragement and disappointment, and we continue to broaden that library with anger, codependency groups, grief groups, on and on. So these groups are closed groups, and what that means is that we open the group for a period of time, and once the group is full, we close it, and that group is closed to further sign up for the lifespan of the group. So if you get on our website and you see that groups are not available right now, that means our groups are in process, and you'll just have to wait until the next circuit when the next groups open up. There's a link on our website you can click that will give you an alert or a notification when the groups open back up. So I will put a link to that in the description. So that's what freedom groups are, and I would just encourage you. These groups are open to anyone. You don't have to attend our church to come to these groups. So if you look at your life and you have issues, you have struggles, you're carrying shame, a story that you've never told, you've never had a safe place to tell it, you've never had support to deal with that issue, to unpackage those events, I would just encourage you to consider joining one of our groups. Consider joining one of our groups and experiencing the power of walking in the light with others that are doing the same.